how to track restaurant food in the most accurate of ways. All right, so we're going to talk all about restaurants here. I see a lot of people struggle with this. Usually that perfectionist mentality rears its ugly head when it comes to tracking restaurant food because you didn't prepare it, you didn't weigh and measure it, you really don't honestly know what all's in there. You're kind of doing your best guesstimation, right? When I was a math teacher, that's what we would call it, guesstimation sometimes instead of estimation. So anyway, what we want to do is kind of go through this in various stages. Number one, let go of perfectionism. You're never going to be perfect with restaurant food. So let that go and say, my goal is to get as close as possible estimation, right? So the number one way to do it, if you're using a MyFitnessPal type app, which I would highly encourage for things like restaurants, as a matter of fact, that's one of the big reasons I moved away from, say, eTools or Weight Watchers points, was because I found the database was so much better on a MyFitnessPal. The reason is so many people can contribute all over the United States and the world, quite honestly. So the first thing is I have found some truly obscure restaurants in there. So number one would be search for the restaurant in MyFitnessPal. Don't put a specific meal. Try the restaurant. If you've already gone to their online site, they don't have any nutritional information, which a lot of restaurants do now, thankfully. But let's just say they don't. Go to MyFitnessPal or your app of choice. Type in the name of the restaurant. No food, name of the restaurant. See if anything comes up. Sometimes you'll see where somebody has entered in one or two dishes and it might give you an idea of, the calories and nutrition of the food. Or at least it might give you an idea of a couple dishes you could pick that are in a really reasonable calorie range. So that's number one. Number two, you've checked the website for the restaurant online. Hopefully you've got nutritional information. That didn't work. You go to MyFitnessPal, you check for the restaurant there. That didn't work. Your third option would be to kind of dissect the meal. So you take a look at what they bring you. You've ordered, you say, okay, that looks like 4 ounces of chicken, looks like maybe a cup of pasta, maybe it has this kind of sauce on it. You guesstimate the different quantities of the different ingredients that went into making that dish. That's another option. And then if that doesn't work, my personal favorite and the one I recommend to my clients is take a look at the meal, look for a main chain restaurant that serves something similar and use their nutritional information. So as an example, let's just say you ordered, manicotti from this little mom and pop Italian restaurant. I would go to an Olive Garden, a Carrabba's, Macaroni Grill, and type in manicotti. I would look at their calories and pick the one that falls in the middle. That's what I would track. So if you're at a pub, same thing. Go to a main restaurant, like a main chain restaurant that serves similar kinds of food. Put it in. French cuisine, same thing. Try to find that. Now, if we're talking about restaurants that you eat at frequently, now that's all assuming these are restaurants that's like on vacation, random friend invites you out and you're having to make do. But let's just say you have restaurants you go to frequently and you're constantly worried about, man, Heather, I'm not sure about these calories and all this information. They don't have it online. I've tried doing the whole searching for the restaurant in MyFitnessPal, nothing comes up. I've been doing the guesstimation thing, but my weight loss isn't going in the direction I want. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Actually order the food you normally get there. So this is a restaurant you eat at frequently. Take it home, dissect it and weigh it on your food scale. So if you normally get the veggie burger, sweet potato fries, bring that entire meal home as is, put all the components on your food scale, weigh it out, and then you will have a much, much better idea of how many calories, macronutrients it is based on that. And then that way, every time you hit that place on a Friday night and get your veggie burger and sweet potato fries or whatever, you will have a much better idea of what you're actually consuming. So these are all different ways that you can go about tracking, but the perfectionism piece here is really important. Unless you are in the kitchen doing it yourself and you weighed out 2 teaspoons of oil, you don't know. And this is why I say if your goal is weight loss, what you want to be doing is keeping your indulgent meal at a restaurant to 1 or less per week, if that's truly your goal. Does that mean that's the only time you step foot in a restaurant? No, go back and watch my videos on green light restaurants and how to decipher what that situation is so you know how to better navigate your decisions on restaurants. But typically, if someone's looking at actually losing body weight, body fat, they do much better indulgent-wise to only eat out once per week. Then the rest of the food, ideally, would be prepared by you or would be a meal away from home. And then again, those are 2 more videos. I'll put the links to them right below this one so you can check it out. But that is how I would personally go about accurately, or as accurately as possible, checking the calorie count of the foods at restaurants. So I'm on target as much as possible. You have a fabulous day. I'll talk to you soon.